Lightning Kid, the book by Vishwanathan Anand. Let's see what's inside the book. The opening. When I was young, I did not know that my life was going to be such an adventure. I did not imagine that would have kings and queens, knights and bishops, and even the pawns who turned out to be the powerful characters in the quests played out on stark black and white squares again and again. And once more, that was I was going to be protagonist would be right through different parts of the world to be brave, challenging conflicts, the one who decide the direction this mission took, take the speed at which it would be completed, and whether I would succeed or end up disappointed. That sounds like a fantasy. It became my reality. Chess is all that to me, and more, it grew from something I was good at to an overriding passion, and then to a career that has filled my entire life. It was, of course, very different from a regular 9 to 5 job. It required me to show up in one or the other country might just know how someone miraculously packed into my head, my brain sharpened like a pointy pencil, my body trained for hours of stillness, my game wits all about me to be able to compete with my opponents, who were more often than not the best player of chess in whole wide world. Those tough matches opened the door into the biggest stage of all, World Chess Championship. I won in it 2000 and then again in 2007, 2008, 2010 and 2012, holding the undisputed title from 2007 to 2013. I was known for my rapid playing speed when I was quite young, around 10 to 11 years old. That's why the media nicknamed us Nightingale. I must admit that, like most kids, I was impatient and wanted to get through my competition as quickly as possible, but I had, of course, no awareness of my own like Nicky. It was just how it was. Rapid and blitzes were not a thing then. FIDE, the governing body of international chess competitions, started as a championship for those in 2012. The new year I won the World Chess Championship the fifth time around. Speed, of course, is not the only thing that has changed in chess over the years. If one compares chess today's chess to the 80s former tournaments, then one could say a few rules have changed, such as those for draws, stalemates, and the movements of pawns, but the biggest difference has been the entry of computers. First, the intervention of computers has affected not knowing. Earlier, when the most accomplished chess players competed, it was a mystery and a marvel to see what move they would conjure up and one of their thinking had. These days the game must be may be streamed live on internet, and you as the spectator can run a chess engine on the computer, and it reveals the best moves and evolution. These moves can instantly tell as if the player has made an error. Sometimes competitors look at these moves, know what would be the best moves for that player, and base their comments on that. Many competitors, however, still rely on human inputs, those that the players are making, but the spectators already on the test engines, and the word on the mistake is soon out the social media and likely going viral. Second, cheating as scripted into the game. For instance, two infamous cases a player allegedly got help from a computer during frequent frequent toilet breaks, and another reportedly hid a computer device in his shoe. Because of incidents, players are now made to throw metal detectors in some tournaments. Most importantly, the surge of computers in the game plan has transformed how their players prepare for tournaments and especially their openings. There are zillions of opening options in test databases, to which more are added daily, and players can prep by testing any number of openings in chess engine, and the process can show unique, new, and potentially successful moves that no one before had ever thought of. That's a lot of new changes to make the for, and that's not all. Chess became more of a spectacular sport than it ever was. Millions of people, often than not, they are watching young Indians play. Chennai, where I live from, long been established as a chess capital of India, and many youngsters, several whom I mentor, part of my work. Westbridge Honor Chess Academy WACA are winning accolades and titles. Yes, chess university, but think about this. The game itself stayed more or less the same for around 600 years. Both the pieces, the way they move, it's still and same. Any chess game is there still that high suspense content. It always where each move can make or break you. That's why my story, I feel, I make sense to you. This is not an autobiography, but the highlights and many lowlights to my life that I picked out, especially shared to you. Here are a few questions I have thought about over the years, and if you do have wondered about them, had them at back of your mind, then we are is winning about picking out of an option from a vast data line of good moves, or is it something more? Does failure teach us something besides telling us that the other person did better that one time? How long should one give one to decide if one is good or really good or even great at anything? Can success in the game or in life be the happy result of incident or improvisation, or Does it always need a calculated or a planned route? And why does a person like me, who stored many thousand chess moves, often forget where it is? Let me know if you know. This book is all those things big me about me. A lot of chess and a whole lot about that vast, exciting common space for chess, and I became one. In the pages that follow, I have shared my roller coaster adventure with you, my ups and downs, and so much in between as the stories rather and than as instruction. I'll be thrilled if you find in them something that helps you, makes you think, or is useful in your life, because yesterday's game becomes today's lesson and today learner becomes tomorrow champion. Join me in the game. Love you, Rishi.